What happens if I don't make it? What happens if we don't have this plan? What if we don't have enough money? I don't look good. I don't feel good. These are all fears that I've recorded from being clients, from seeing in data, my own wife, fears of women that are ingrained in who they are. And that's okay. That's natural. But how does that reflect back to money? And what are the concerns and fears that happen? Well, let's start with the fear of judgment, both internal and external, of course, right? So the fear of judgment and being judged, I have learned, is a common factor across the board, but also one of the most important ones in terms of learning how to better your wealth journey. And so that comes from both internal and external. What do I mean by internal judgment? We naturally, as humans, and even so women, are internally always reflecting and judging how we are compared to others, compared to where we think we need to be, compared to where the media or society tells us we need to be. And that judgment leads to being frozen, being fearful, and not making the proper decisions for ourselves and who we are. And that is an inherent problem. Then we got the external factors of judgment, right? Some of those that I just said internal are technically external, but we're now talking about people that you feel are looking down on you because you don't have the nicest clothes, you don't have the nicest car, you aren't, maybe you're 36 years old like I just turned, and you're being judged of not being somewhere further in your career, or where society tells you, and this is the biggest one that I have this shit needs to stop, media, right here, right now, other advisors, everyone stop this right now. And that is telling and dictating people where they need to be at certain stages in their life. You need to be married by this. You need to have kids by this. You need to have $2 million in retirement. You need to have this much in your 401k at this point in time. Stop. It's causing everyone to compare themselves to others, and it shouldn't be that way. We inherently are our own beings. We need to understand what we value, what our goals are, what brings us joy, right? Not what everyone is dictating to us. And that's an external judgment fear that happens a lot. The other is a fear of the unknown. On my episode about men versus women, we talked about men just figure it out, women want to have a plan. And that is that fear of the unknown. Women want to know how things operate, when they'll operate, when this shit happens, what do I do? And have a plan for everything down the line before deciding to say yes, or to say no, or to decide at all. And that fear of the unknown, again, is one of those inherent things. If you don't know, then you're going to just freeze and be stuck at where you're at. Now, being stuck isn't a negative thing all the time, but in terms of growth, and we're talking about your wealth journey, you gotta keep stepping forward. It's the only way to move forward. And then the biggest fear of all, both for men, women, and everyone involved, but specifically this topic today about women, and that is the fear of failure. And it's usually not the fear of failing yourself, I have found, for women. It's the fear of failing for your husband, your kids, other loved ones, your boss, your friends, you name it. And that fear of failure also then causes us to freeze and to not take on risks or move forward with things that we want to do. So ask yourself this: what is my fear of failure? Is it these other factors, or do you fear to fail yourself? I talk about this a lot with money mindset, your relationship with money. You'll hear me talking about it all the time. Is you got to start with you, right? Your star player, if you will. And if you don't, then where are you going? So let's reflect back on these three fears. We've got judgment, internal, external. We've got the fear of the unknown, and then we've got fear of failure, right? They intermingle a lot. There's some similarities there. But the most important one, in my opinion, is, are you afraid to fail yourself? Yourself, me, right? Because if you can answer that, I think the other ones are a more positive spin, right? So if I know who I am, I know what brings me joy, I know what I'm looking for, I know that, hey, I'm not going to let myself fail myself, then if you're not going to fail yourself and you can have strength and confidence in that, then you're not going to have the fear of failing your kids or your husband or your loved ones or your boss or your friends, right? Because if you take care of yourself, those things will fall in line. Same thing with the fear of the unknown. If you know, hey, I'm good, I make these decisions based on this will allow you to have a more flexible plan in life as opposed to super rigid and trying to figure it all out, because you have that confidence in yourself to, you know what, figure it out, figure this shit out. I'm going to do this. Yep. Okay. Then this. That confidence will do that. And then the judgment. You're no longer going to judge yourself. Correction. I think you'll always continue to judge yourself because we're humans and we're not very intelligent. However, it will be reduced and you'll have more confidence in yourself. And then the external judgment won't be there either, because you have that confidence in yourself. You don't care about what others say, what the media says, where you're at compared to other people, because you're good, right? You've locked in your star player and your core player. So Focus on that first. Then once you do that, then I truly believe prosperity is right behind that door, right? That's different for you. So those are the fears that women have that I've learned from my clients, my wife, my friends, data, research, etc. Let me ask you this. Are you having those fears?